Testing 1 2. Hello. I guess we're on. We're live. Here we go. Time for a video review. So let's get started with these Ranger. Rangers carry two sets of weapons. They primarily use a bow. Later on, the bow becomes their main source of damage, and they don't tend to switch over to the other set. But in the beginning of the game, you can actually maximize your DPS by using both sets of weapons. Currently, like I said, they have a bow, but they also use daggers or swords as your secondary choice. You can do a combination of the two, or you can do whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is your physical attack and up close and personal set of weapons here. You use these pretty much when the mob's just about dead. You can switch over and hit them a couple times with your swift edge chain combo here, or you could evade their attack, stun them, and then sneak up and backstab them with a surprise attack for a little extra boost of damage to finish them off. So pretty much all these skills that you see here for the daggers and swords stem off the scout class. You have the hide ability, just like assassin does from the scout class. And you have the devotion skill, which boosts your physical attack just like the assassin class. So you can pretty much fight alone with your daggers if you wanted to and not use your bow. You can also use your bow and not your daggers at all too with the ranger once you reach a certain level where it's a little bit easier to fight with just your bow. You do carry arrows on you in this game. Some games don't make you carry arrows or have arrows. This game does. You can stack them up to 9,999. It only takes up one slot for ammunition. Other items you carry are these trapede seeds. They're pretty much used for any kind of traps that you lay. You can use anything anywhere from 1 to 5 seeds, I think, per trap. So you got to carry a stack of those. They go up to 999. Other regions that you would carry would be there's a couple items that actually shapeshift you into well, the first one you get is a carnif, which would be like this cat right here, and then you get others that shift you into like a jaguar, and they all increase your movement speed. You get ones that turn you into trees and rocks and other kind of environmental objects to blend you in and kind of let you hide. You can sit around in the abyss as a rock waiting for another player to come by and then jump out and BAM! Start killing them. So it's kind of fun, but those are items that you get. The only skill that you'll get in this game as a ranger that transforms you is your divine power skill, which transforms you into a Mao, and it increases your attack speed, your attack, your physical attack damage, and your running speed. Other than that, though, most of the skills that the ranger relies on are arrow skills. When you start off, you don't get a lot of. Once you hit level 16 and up is where you can start using your other arrow chains. You'll get attack arrow, which is one of your chains, the level 1 chain, and then you'll get successive shooting, which is your level 2 chain for sniping. So you'll start to get kind of a rotation or attack loop set up to the point where you won't have to rely on your daggers or your swords at all, and you'll just end up attacking with your arrows. But most of these skills pretty much have some type of effect that goes with them. There's only a few direct damaging attacks that don't deal any kind of side effects, but most of them do have some type of either a DOT, a snaring move. You have rooting moves, you have poisoning moves, but a lot of it is geared towards keeping you at range. So you won't have to really get up close and personal and rely on, like I said, those daggers and swords. Other skills in the bag of tricks of the ranger, you have retreating slash, another skill that keeps you at range. It can be used by the bow, or you can even use it with your daggers. You just have to have a physical attack weapon equipped. It's a stigma skill, so you use it, you stun the enemy, and you move back a full 25 meters from the enemy to keep you at range. Really nice. There's some sleep moves, put enemies to sleep. Let's see, other than that, you have a couple of DOTs, like I was saying. You have an AoE or two in here. A lot of traps. Traps will, like I said, poison, immobilize, do direct damage. The effects vary as you go on in levels and you pick up more of your traps. As far as chain skills go, there's a couple of different moves you can use. The scout class, you carry over the parry to counter slash move, which just stuns the enemy and allows you to get behind him for your wabam surprise attack. So you have that. You have a shot which actually hits an immobilized target in the air. It activates when the target is immobilized. But you do have a nice open-ended chain skill or two here. You have one that results in a knockback when you use it. It has a longer cooldown time, so you can't use it in a consecutive attack loop. However, sniping is the most open-ended chain skill that I've seen so far for any class. You can take sniping and you can do a direct damage successive shooting shot. You can go to a poison shot if you want. You can go to an attack that lowers the amount of recovery magic that can be used on your target, so they don't heal as well. It basically lowers the success rate and the amount of healing that that target can take. So you can debuff them with the owl arrow. So you have pretty much a lot of options when you go from sniping. You can choose 3 different things, and then when you go and do successive shooting, you can actually do another one which allows for more direct damage. So this is your direct damage chain, and these two would be more of your debuff chains that you could use. So and they have they're fast cooldowns, so you can use them pretty consistently. There is a learning curve to this class. You have to kind of understand how range damage works and how the class works in general. But this game makes it a little more streamlined, but there's still a little bit of skill to pick up which is involved. What you would do in a normal fight is you would start out and cast your attack buff for 5 seconds, and then you would start out with your movement decreasing attack, and you would go to your first chain skill like I did just there. You could use a trap. Boom, snared him right there, and you can continue to attack from range. And right there, he's pretty much dead. So that's how a normal range fight would go without you actually using any of your dagger skills. For PvE, it's a great class to solo with. You have a lot of options at your disposal between having your dagger sets and then having your bow skills. So between the 2 sets of skills, you have a lot of options at your disposal, and you don't take a lot of damage. I haven't had to rest at all yet. The only thing that you're going to need to do is keep yourself stocked with a bunch of items, with a bunch of regions. And I'd say that this class is a solid 9 out of 10 for PvE, and even in PvP, I'd give this class probably an 8.5 out of 10. And currently, auto attack with this class isn't really the greatest. One thing I'll mention is that if you do critically hit with the bow at any point, either an auto attack or a skill, you have a chance of knocking that enemy back and stunning them for a few seconds. So your critical hit rate is almost your most important stat in this game. But yeah, other than that, that is the Ranger. So stay tuned for another video review. What? Huh? What the hell does that even mean? Well, you know what? Look, go tell her to shave her ass, okay? If she's so damn insecure. God, I swear. People, man. Oh my god, I'm recording here.